Hey everybody, it's Rob at Cherry City Guns and Ammo, and we've got another gear review for you today. This is the WarriorLand holster and laser combo for the Taurus G3c or G2c. We have it on G3c. Stick around. Alright, like we said, this is from WarriorLand. They sent me this for review. I'm not getting paid anything for doing this. I just got sent it to do a review. They wanted this one specifically. Luckily, I had this gun. Comes in a nice box. Comes with lots of tools and all the tools that you need to assemble it. And rather inexpensive if you look these up on their Amazon store. And if you stick around to the end, I'll give you my discount code that you can use to buy any of the products in their Amazon store. Anyway, this is a Kydex inside the waistband holster and laser. This is a nice little laser. If you look, so it's attached to the rail, but also goes around the trigger guard. So it is super secure. It's got a little button cell battery in it, which you access by that little hatch down at the bottom. It's got tap on, tap off, or you can do momentary. I mean, why you do momentary with the laser, I don't know. I would just pull, tap on, tap off. The way this attaches, you've got 1, 2, 3 little screws. You pull out those 3 little screws, the whole laser basically comes apart. You put it around your rail and your trigger guard, put the 3 screws back in. Super easy to install. I would show it to you, but YouTube doesn't like you putting stuff together on the video. Anyway, it's super easy. You don't need instructional video. 3 screws, take it apart, clamshell it around everything, put the 3 screws back in, pop in your battery, you're ready to go. What I will say is, I would prefer that this was a light, not a laser. I personally don't really feel like I have a lot of these for lasers. It's not the way I choose to do things. I feel like a light would be better for me. That's my choices. But if you like the idea of a laser and you want a good solid mounted laser with a holster that it's made to work with, this is a super cool option. And the other cool thing is it's inexpensive. It's budget. I'm not gonna say it's cheap. It's inexpensive. Just like the Taurus G2c or G3c, or even the full size, the G2 or the G3, which are the full-size version. The C means compact. This is a gun that I got for $225, brand spanking new at Coastal Farm and Outdoor 2 years ago, I think, something like that. I think that you can find them sometimes sub $200 now. Either way, really inexpensive. When you look at this compared to like a High Point, it's a fraction more money to buy it. But in performance, it's light years ahead of any High Point. I would go as far as to say, if you cannot afford something nicer, you would not be selling yourself short with one of these, because in my testing it has been 100% reliable, dependable, surprisingly accurate, with a surprisingly good trigger. What more do you really want? The only thing you're not getting is you're not getting some of the other bells and whistles that you don't really need. This would be very sufficient to defend yourself or your family's life with. It's small enough that it carries easily. I will show this on me and how it carries, and I don't have any bulging or printing with it. Let's go ahead and shoot it. Let's see. Here's the downside to a laser. Actually, there's a couple downsides to a laser. Number one, it's daylight. I can't see it. So I can't even show you how well the laser works unless we come out here at night. Now at night it would be good, because you're not necessarily able to see your sights, especially if you don't have night sights, or maybe you have a gun that you don't have the ability to put night sights on. Some guns you just can't change out the sights. The Taurus, I believe you can change them out for night sights, but the night sights are going to be like 50% of the cost that you spend on the whole gun, because night sights aren't cheap with the tritium in them. This is way cheaper and would work for night. It would work perfectly well. The other thing is, so your aiming is up here. your laser's down here. To have your laser sighted in so that it sits at the top of your front sight when your sights are lined up, it is coming up at an angle, right? To meet up with this sight plane. Which means once you have it sighted in, aligned with your sights, it's only good at the specific yardage that you sighted in for. Is it going to change that much over distance? Not that much. Not for something you're using for defensive use. So I've sighted this laser in at 7 yards because 7 yards in is kind of the general golden rule for defensive situations. So we're not going to use the laser sight today. We're just going to shoot this and show that this is a good option for concealed carry, and now you've got a good option for shooting at night and defending yourself at night, along with a good option for carrying it and carrying it comfortably without printing. So let's shoot this Taurus G3c here. And we are empty. I'm gonna go load back up because I only brought one mag today and home's 40 minutes away, one direction. So there's gonna be a lot of reloading, but mostly this is a holster review, but we gotta shoot the gun. We gotta show that this is a good option for carry and accurate for carry. So I'll be right back. All right, we're loaded back up, but most importantly, I am carrying this thing. And see that right there? Tick Licker Firearms. If you're in the Salem or Corvallis, Oregon area, go check them out. They're friends of the channel. They're not paying me to say anything about them. I've just been doing business with them for a long time. Great group of people that work down there, and they help me out all the time. Awesome people to work with. Also, if you're interested in anything Class 3, they have a silencer shop kiosk in their office, which makes your Class 3 stuff super easy. I mean, considering dealing with the ATF. But anyway, let's check out this holster. So I am packing this. I have been carrying this because I told the people with WarriorLand I'm not going to do a review unless I have some time to carry this and see how it works. It carries very comfortably. This doesn't have a claw, but they have claw attachments available. But this feels really well tucked in, and luckily I got this big flabby love handle. It kind of sinks into. It kind of helps me with not printing. So very comfortable, easy to carry this way. Great little holster for a great little subcompact carry gun. The trigger on these, incredible. Let's take the mag out. So there's take up, hit the wall, a little bit of mush, okay? Striker fired gun. For a striker fired gun, it's pretty great. The reset, short, tactile, audible. Very clean break, and it has second or refire capability. Granted, you have to let it a lot farther out. It makes it more like a double action pull. But let's say you got a bunk primer. Before you try clearing a jam, you could go and just hit it again and see if it shoots on your second drop of the striker. That's really cool. It also makes it really handy for doing dry fire practice in your front room, which I am a big fan of. Let's shoot this great little firearm. Let's shoot at some distance. Let's shoot it at our 60-yard silhouette. See if we can hit it. Go. Let's jump out to 100 yards. I'm gonna move this a little bit here. See if we can hit our 100-yard silhouette with a subcompact. Way out there, that's our 100-yard backstop, and on the right side, that red is our 100-yard silhouette. See if I can hit it. Come on. Nope, I am empty. Didn't hit it. But subcompacted at 100 yards. What do you want? Hit it at 60. That's pretty darn good. For a defensive gun, super accurate. As you can see, that was only 2 mags we ran through, so it didn't give you a lot of reliability testing. But I can tell you I've shot this gun a lot, and it shoots really, really well and really reliable. You're not going to find anything better at this price range. It's just as everybody talks about the high point. Well, at least it's really reliable. You're right. The high points are reliable. This is equally reliable, but it weighs like 1/3 of the amount of that boat anchor and looks a heck of a lot better. Has some nice texturing on it. Has a pretty darn good trigger. I've shot a lot of defensive guns that are 2 to 3 times the cost of this that don't have this good of a trigger. And now you've got some really good holster support in the way of WarriorLand. Makes for a very comfortable carry. Little to no printing. Forget about it. Sits there all day long. Completely forget about it. Even a heavy guy like me, having it in there and going sitting down in my truck driving, it's not a problem. Great, great little option. And down in the description, you'll find a link to their Amazon store. Use my code CherryCity. You'll get 10% off, not just this, but any WarriorLand product in their Amazon store with my discount code. And they gave no time limits on there. So jump on Amazon, use my code, get 10% off, get some really phenomenal products for a very low price. They're not cheap, they're inexpensive, just like the Taurus G3c. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell notifications. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.